As you could see from the wonderful intro pictures, this is again another hop I am attending. Now more about that in just a moment. The theme of this hop is rustic, so I picked up this really old box here which needs a little extra care to look nice again. I gave it a hole at the very top for a specific purpose, and you will see later. And together with it, I also want to use this empty shell of an old-fashioned clock. I took obviously the inside out, and I think the size and the shape fits nicely with this square box, and together I hope to create an assemblage with a rustic flair. So let me get started with my box here. Now it is already old and rustic, but I want to refine it just a wee bit. So first I add some brown antique wax to it. Now this stuff is meant for wood. It soaks in rather a lot on this dry box, but I hope it will give it a nice effect. I do cover the whole of the back, and then when that's just a little bit dry, I add some gesso. Just here and there, because I hope that after it's all dry and I sand it down, that the combination will give me a nice distressed look and the box will look the better for it. Now my little clock shell here will get an undercoat of black gesso. This is not going to be the only layer of black gesso, but it helps when the background is already colored. And now I will be adding bits and pieces of jewelry. I went through my stash and pulled out all the tiny pieces, and I also added a few beads and some gears and a few little screws and nuts to my pile. I'm using E6000 to glue everything down, and as you could see with the feather, sometimes I have to add things underneath it to make them stable. Now gluing everything down, especially when I use tiny bits and pieces, takes quite a while, and that's one reason why I will fast forward some of the gluing part for you, because it gets a little repetitious. But also there is no step-by-step secret on how to glue everything down. I try to complement the pieces in their shapes and textures, but a lot of it depends on what you have to work with. So you just put it down the way it looks good to you. Now while you're watching me glue things down, I have a wee moment to explain a bit more about this hop. As you could see from the entry, there are 19 artists participating, and there are also a whole bunch of companies who have donated supplies for prizes for our viewers. The rules were up there too, but you will find all this information one more time below in my description box. And there, of course, you will also find the lineup of links to all the other artists, so please don't miss it and go and check out each of their videos and their projects. So this hop was organized by Archana and some of her helpers, and Archana and I think more than 2/3 of the participants all live in India. And of course, that is rather intriguing to think that maybe, just maybe, my videos will reach a whole new audience and a whole new region. That is exciting for me as an artist as well as a video creator. And it brings back lovely memories of beautiful India. I spent a lot of years in India and the Indian subcontinent. I got married over there, and some of my kids were born over there. So I have fond memories of the beautiful people, the great culture, the wonderful countryside, and of course the amazing food. All right, now back to my project. Here's a close-up of all the things I attached to this clock shell, and here at the bottom I used a string of blings which I buy at the dollar store. Now it's mostly earrings and brooches and charms, pieces of chain, and so on. Now this needs to dry really well before I can continue with it. But in the meantime, I can work on a sheet of craft paper here, which I want to add to the inside of my box. I already measured out the pieces, and one big sheet of craft paper is enough to cover the inside. This paper will brighten up my box a bit. It has that lovely vintage rustic look to it with a crackle design underneath the flowers. The flowers also complement the color in my box. Here I am adding some black gesso to the ledge and the inside edges of my box, and then you can also see what it looks like after I sanded it, and I'm quite pleased with the outcome. Next, I give a little black edge to all these papers. Now this is not archival ink, just ordinary black ink, so it's not quite as dark, but I do want to distress the edges of the paper a bit. Then I glue everything down, and from here on the next steps are very self-explanatory. So I will give you a little break from me chatting with you, and I'll let you listen to some music, and I will be back with you in just a wee bit. So here's my project all completed. Now the outside of the box is much smoother than in the beginning. I like the distressed rustic look of it. I also like the added star doorknob up here, and it has a crackle design very similar to the one of the paper. Now I added the blue metallic paint definitely as an afterthought, but I think it enhanced the little clock and also matched the blue flowers in the paper. Now the image of the little girl and her dog is very clearly visible behind the glass, and that's helped by the white interior. I really enjoy creating these type of assemblages, and if you are a new viewer or a new subscriber to my channel, please check out my playlist all about assemblages. I really hope you had fun watching me put this together, and I hope that maybe I give you a little boost into the direction of using recycled materials in your art, the things other people disregard and throw away, and try to give them new life. It is very satisfying and a lot of fun. Before I go, a last reminder to you to please check the description box below for all the links to everyone else's video and also how you can be part of the drawing. Good luck and bye bye for now.